The LittleBigPlanet franchise of games has proven to be a hit amongst the PlayStation community. Thanks to the developers at Media Molecule, the series has provided players with a lot of unique and interesting games that push you to use your imagination. I haven't played a LittleBigPlanet title since LittleBigPlanet 2 early last year, which was a thoroughly enjoyable game with a quirky and humorous story. Now, the LittleBigPlanet series has moved into the kart racer genre, with the hopes of creating a fully customizable, fun experience. Now with United Front Games at the helm, the same devs behind the other PlayStation creative kart racer Mod Nation Racers, the question is, does LittleBigPlanet Karting do enough to distinguish itself from its peers, or is it a pointless addition to the franchise? Let's find out.
A reality built on fantasy. A place you can put your imagination pedal to the metal in a contest of camaraderie and creativity. Sackfolk, start your cerebral engines, for this is LittleBigPlanet Karting.
In LittleBigPlanet Karting, you play once again as the forever lovable Sackboy, as the LittleBigPlanet is once again under threat from a new nefarious race only known as the Horde. The Horde are a race of characters that steal prizes, materials, parts, stickers, etc., but they don't want to use them to create, they just want to keep them so they can stack them and they collect them all up eventually. Just like hoarders in real life. Sackboy must thrust himself into the chaos once more to save the Imagisphere and all its craft worlds from the nefarious stealing Horde. The story in LittleBigPlanet Karting is okay, but nothing deep or as satisfying as the excellent LittleBigPlanet 2. It's completely forgettable. There aren't any memorable characters like in previous games, and the game's antagonists, the Horde, are just not as interesting as LittleBigPlanet 2's Negativatron. Not to mention that voice acting has been removed and we are back to just reading text from speech bubbles once again. Not to say that speech bubbles don't work, because they do, but having voice acting in LittleBigPlanet 2 was what really gave all the characters in the game significant personalities, and to remove it is really disappointing. The story, however, can provide a few laughs at times, and various cutscenes and animations do add a lot of lightheartedness to the game's narrative. I guess my huge gripe is that the game doesn't have a sense of urgency and scale like the previous games did. Saving the world of the Imagisphere doesn't seem as imperative this time around, and it just doesn't feel like you're affecting the world in any way.
The Horde scavenge and collect prizes, materials and objects, but never use these treasures to create and share. All they want to do is keep, to stack, to hoard. No, Sack friend, your little legs may be perfectly knitted, but even they are no match for the Horde and their rag and bone racers. This is a battle to be fought in a different arena, a racetrack. You need some wheels, my child. Aha! Commandeer that cart and make it your own. Quickly, young sackling, put the pedal to the metal. We know you'll take this mission seriously. Semi-seriously? Oh, crikey. Anyone for driving lessons?
The graphics in LittleBigPlanet Karting are excellent. All the tracks and exterior environments look amazingly detailed, and the racers are as wacky as ever. Every single part of the design in LittleBigPlanet Karting has a homemade look to it, like all the previous games in the series, which is unique and joyous, as it's just like playing with your toys when you were a child. I really don't see anyone disliking the game's design style, as it's cute, welcoming, and a treat to look at. The animations are all top notch too, whether that be revving your engine, drifting, or slapping an opposing player. All the animations run smooth and play out with the utmost fluidity. There's really nothing I can say about LittleBigPlanet Karting's graphics that isn't a positive. Seriously, it's just a beautiful, imaginative looking game. The sound in LittleBigPlanet Karting is spectacular. The sound effects are excellent, from the sounds of each kart roaring around the track to the blast of an incoming missile. Every sound available in LittleBigPlanet Karting is a huge treat for your ears. The sound design just evokes a playful attitude and will please any gamer out there. The soundtrack, like in previous games of the series, is absolutely fantastic. All the songs are a blast to listen to as you complete event after event. The songs also provide each world with its own audio identity of sorts, as each world has a different style of music. This is excellent, as just like in other kart races like Mario Kart, etc., you will remember certain tracks thanks to the world's choice of song. As I mentioned before, there isn't any voice acting in the game, but the excellent narration of Stephen Fry still is here. Let me just say this, if I could have every game in the world narrated by Stephen Fry, I would, because his voice is immensely relaxing. Overall, I will say that I think the sound design in LittleBigPlanet Karting is stellar, to say the least.
Horde are a simple bunch, so driving one of their commandeered carts isn't going to be a prob for a clever clogs like you. You just need to be shown the basics, and you'll be away faster than a cowpat off a hot, shiny shovel.
The gameplay in LittleBigPlanet Karting is solid, but nothing revolutionary in the kart racer genre. The game will have you going through world after world, racing in events, destroying enemy players and completing challenges. First of all, let's talk about the driving mechanics. The driving mechanics in LittleBigPlanet Karting are what you would expect from a kart racer. Depending on your preference, you will be using the R2 button or the X button to accelerate, the L2 button or the circle button to reverse, the square button to fire your weaponry, and the R1 button to drift. This is all basic stuff, and if you've ever played a kart racer before, you will just fall into the controls with extreme ease. There is nothing new here in terms of basic mechanics, but what is available works very well. The karts all control well, and drifting in and out of corners is as satisfying as ever. The kart combat is solid too. You will pick up power-ups on your way around each track and use the weapon it gives you to either defend yourself or blast away an opposing enemy. The only gripe I have with the power-ups is that it seems like the game favours offensive power-ups more than the defensive ones. The reason why I bring this up is because it's very annoying to keep getting hit over and over again by the enemy's firearms without any way to protect yourself from the impending doom. It just seems a little unfair. When it comes to environments, LittleBigPlanet Karting is very diverse with a wide range of locations available, from sunny countrysides to levels made entirely from cakes and chocolate. Every location has a different feel to it, which is very important to a game like this, as bad track design could have ruined the whole experience. Don't get me wrong, the first hour of the game is boring as hell because of the tutorial-like nature of it all, making the game really simplistic and basic. But once that first hour passes, the game opens up and gives you tracks that are as interesting and fun as they are dangerous and ruthless. Each track has its own set of environmental hazards that will kill you a number of times. This makes the game a little bit more challenging and provides players with another form of enemy to avoid. Races aren't the only events to be found in LittleBigPlanet Karting. The game also provides other game modes like battle levels, where your only goal is to become the victor by taking down as many enemies as you can in under a certain time limit. This mode is a fun excursion from the race events, but does get a little dry after a few plays thanks to the simple nature of the kart combat. There are also little versus challenges that you can take on with friends in co-op. These are also fun, but don't expect to spend a lot of time with them as they are very shallow in terms of providing content. All the modes I have mentioned are available to play in online and offline multiplayer, which, as you can probably comprehend, is a lot more fun as LittleBigPlanet Karting is a party game at its core. I highly suggest that if you can play with a friend, whether that be split screen or online, that you do this because you will have a lot of hilarious fun.
Sleep sloppy boop you, blood in my himita. Brim brim good brim brim double. Brim 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 glimmer. Brim 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 crim brim brim brim. Curve lobby blam blim flabim. Crom shimmy blam blim blam. Blood in my himita.
Obviously, being a LittleBigPlanet title, LittleBigPlanet Karting has a track creator mode. The track creator here is very simple and easy to use once you get the hang of it, but newcomers may be a little overwhelmed due to all the different settings and customizable elements available. Luckily, the game has a huge amount of tutorials at hand to help you through creating a track. If you have a problem, I'm pretty sure there's a tutorial for it. Once you know all the little ins and outs, you will have built a fun playable track in no time. Of course, if you lack the ability or are just too lazy, you can browse the huge amount of brilliant user-generated tracks available online that others have created. You can also customize both your Sackboy and kart to whatever suits you. This makes it so everyone you meet online will look different to how you look. The customization here is astonishing, and by the end of the game, your Sackboy and kart will have its own unique identity to it.
Oh, yalla, yo, what a give up a shoe, but I'm a did it. Yeah, nobody you get it all. Yeah, fine, Shapwaliana, Rokanimana. Yam dam wabari, and I love Durasha.
LittleBigPlanet Karting is a great title, but not anything revolutionary. Car racing has been done time and time before, and it will take a lot to break the established mold. I really didn't see the point of this title at first, considering that United Front Games had also developed the excellent Mod Nation Racers, which is also a great kart racer with a track creator that is easy to use. But after playing the game, I can tell a lot of love and imagination went into creating it. When taking every aspect into consideration, that being the lackluster story, lack of voice work, excellent graphics, solid gameplay, and fun multiplayer with the addition of an excellent track creation system that will effectively give the game unlimited replay value, I have decided to give LittleBigPlanet Karting a respectable 4 out of 5. There is a lot of fun to be had here, but a lack of a great story and voice acting really brings it down for me. Let's hope if there is ever a sequel that United Front Games can improve on this and create a game worth a 5 out of 5 rating. LittleBigPlanet Karting was provided to me by Sony Computer Entertainment and is available only on the PlayStation 3. I would like to thank them for sending me this title for review. Hey guys, if you liked the review, then subscribe to the channel and check out the TeamGamersNetwork.com as we have a ton of gaming goodness waiting for you. Also, if you're interested, I have a Twitter and I post a lot of gaming updates, so be sure to follow me if you love gaming as much as I do. Bye guys.